All right, Padres, they lose to the Dodgers 8-2. This one was not close. Couple home runs from the Padres, Gary Sanchez, Jake Cronenworth, but those were solo home runs, right? You look at the Dodgers and Freddie Freeman, his home run was a 3-run home run. Now, some will say that home run should never have happened because of the blocking the plate call and all that, and I'll get to that here in a second. But just the Dodgers being able to come through, just be better offensively than the Padres, and that's what they were able to do today. Lance Lynn comes into this outing, and he has sucked this year. His ERA is over 6. I think it's still over 6, but going into this outing, he had the worst ERA among qualified starting pitchers, and of course, I didn't know that not going in, but if I knew that going in, I'd probably say, yeah, he's going to dominate the Padres today. And based on the earned runs and the innings, that's what happened. 6 innings, 1 earned run. He was striking out a bunch of guys, moving the ball around the zone. It didn't seem like he was as fastball heavy as he was in the World Baseball Classic start that I remember watching him pitch in earlier before the season started. So, you go over to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers, they're going to help you obviously elevate your game and pitch to your strengths, not force things when they're not working. And that's what it seems like is happening with Lance Lynn right now. And so, yeah, not super surprising that the Padres didn't do much against Lance Lynn. Manny, obviously, he's dealing with the hamstring thing. So we'll see if he plays tomorrow. Maybe they give him a day off. I don't know. But, like, the urgency needs to be there. I mean, the Minnesota Twins, they beat the D-backs today. I think the Reds lost today. I think I saw that earlier today. And so the Padres had the opportunity to gain on those teams in the wild card, and they weren't able to do that. So there was another missed opportunity. Rich Hill, I said on my pregame thoughts I was expecting him to go like 5 innings, and he ended up giving the Padres 3 innings. And he didn't get anywhere near 100 pitches or 90 pitches. I think he threw less than 80. And it's not surprising. The Dodgers, they were able to work the count a lot. And you just look at the Freddie Freeman at bat where he hit that home run. It was a 10-pitch at bat, just continuing to foul off pitches. Breaking balls that were close, that weren't strikes. Freddie lays off of it. And then he gets a 70-mile-per-hour, pretty much meatball. It wasn't just straight. Obviously, it was a breaking ball. But 70 miles per hour breaking ball, that's nothing to Freddie Freeman. So he takes that out of the yard. And the blocking the plate thing, because some would probably say, yeah, Freddie shouldn't have even hit that home run because he shouldn't have even been up because the blocking the plate thing, that Kike should not have been safe. He should have been called out. Mookie, I believe, got out after that, so the inning should have been over because there was 1 out going into that blocking the plate thing that happened there, right? But you look at the rules, and I posted the video, and a lot of people in my mentions, they replied with the screenshot of the rule about how catchers can block the plate if, like, there's infield. I think it was if infield is drawn in, they can block the plate. But G-Man Choi, if you look at the replay that I posted, he's not drawn in. He was covering first base. So the replay people probably looked at it and were like, well, he's not drawn in there. It's not like he was playing in at the start of the play. He was covering first, saw the bunt, and then came in. I don't have the rule right in front of me, so I don't know if it's drawn in or a bunt, or do you have to be drawn in to start the play for the blocking the plate to be okay? I still think it's a kind of a dumb rule, but it was the rule, and I think the blocking the plate call was correct in that spot based on the rule. So it's unfortunate, but again, it's the rule. Mookie Betts ended up homering later in this game. Rich Hill gives up the home run to Ahmed Rosario. I didn't think he pitched terribly there in that first inning. Ahmed Rosario, I mean, that was a fly ball to right field, and it just ended up going out. I think that's an out in most ballparks, and so that was just kind of a Petco Park home run, fastball up, and it just went out, so that sucked. But yeah, the offense just didn't do a whole lot against a starter that has been bad this season. But the Dodgers, obviously, it seems like they're changing Lance Lynn's approach. And so, again, not super surprised by the result today. And I think you got to be happy if the Padres can split this series. If they win tomorrow, split this series based on Friday's loss, right? And then they were down Saturday and then came back, obviously being down by a lot to start today's game. If they can get a split here, they didn't lose any ground in terms of like being close to 500 by the end of this series. I think you got to be okay with that. Again, based on the circumstances, obviously you wish that they would take 3 out of 4 at least, because if they win tomorrow, you're going to be looking back, well, they should have won the first game of this series, right? But again, just based on things that have already happened, I'll probably be fine if the Padres can take 2 in this series if they win tomorrow's game. But yeah, just another frustrating game, another game on national television where the Padres lose to the Dodgers, and another game on national television where it's at Petco Park and you see a ton of Dodger fans, and there are some camera angles where it looks like that could be a Dodger home game. So yeah, kind of sucked to watch today, and having to listen to Eduardo Perez and Carl Ravage and David Cohn didn't make it a whole lot better.